Everyone, welcome to Read to Real, where we're going to talk about the books and the adaptations that come after them and what each adaptation decided to take from the book. Today we are focusing on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. This is a classic tale. It's about Charlie and his trip to the chocolate factory, who lives with his family, his two sets of grandparents, along with his mother and his father. They live on the outskirts of town. His father has a job and they're barely able to hold up, but along with family, they're able to keep each other happy. One day, Charlie is able to win a chance to go to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, along with 4 other children, 2 girls and 2 other boys. It's been closed for a while. They don't know why this is happening, but everyone's excited to go. Through trials and tribulations, Charlie is able to win his golden ticket, and he's allowed to bring one person. He brings his grandfather. Willy Wonka greets them, and he seems to be silly, quirky, fun, just an all-around loving guy. And the other children that tag along with Charlie, some of them are spoiled, gluttonous, don't listen, don't take direction very well. They end up getting punished for these attitudes that they have. Charlie is the one he's the last one that wins. Willy Wonka tells him, hey, I just want to pass on somebody's successor. I can't run this forever, and I'm passing it on to you. And his family's able to tag along into the chocolate factory, so they go from a life of impoverishment to a life of wealth in the factory. That is the basis of Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. The 1971 first adaptation was directed by Mel Stewart. A lot of the events that happen in the book do not happen in the movie. Willy Wonka is still fun and loving.
I'm so glad you could come. This is going to be such an exciting day.
Charlie and his grandfather are very happy to be there, having a good time.
Charlie Bucket.
Well, Charlie Bucket. I read all about you in the papers. I'm so happy for you. And who is this gentleman?
My grandfather, Grandpa Joe.
Delighted to meet you, sir.
And the children are still behaving ill-mannered, but there is one difference between the 1971 adaptation and the original 1964 version. Charlie doesn't listen, along with his grandfather. They are asked to not do one thing, and they go do it anyway.
Let's take a drink, Charlie. Nobody's watching.
Yeah.
A small one won't hurt us.
At the end, everyone's out. Oompa Loompas sing them off to their punishments, and Charlie is remaining, but Willy Wonka's like, no, you didn't listen.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Charlie's like, yeah, I did do that. And he takes responsibility for his actions. Willy Wonka's like, yes, it's all about you. You did it.
You did it. I knew you would. I just knew you would.
I'm going to give you the factory along with your family. And it ends there. Charlie is rewarded for his good behavior. We are going to talk about the 2005 version of the 1964 book, directed by Tim Burton. This adaptation takes more events from the book than it does in the first adaptation. There is a moment where you see Willy Wonka, and he has to build this big chocolate castle for this king, and it melts. Willy Wonka tries to tell him, hey, I can't do that, it's going to melt.
But Mr. Wonka was right, of course. Soon after this, there came a very hot day with a boiling sun.
But it's not included in the 1971 adaptation. Willy Wonka is kind of introverted, kind of awkward, not fun, not really loving. He's nice. He's nice enough, I guess.
Dear guests, greetings. Welcome to the factory. I shake you warmly by the hand.
He's awkward, and he's really ostracized for his differentness. Charlie comes along with the other children, but Charlie, rather than looked at for being good-natured, he's really looked at more for being different. So the same thing happens. The children gets punished but due to their bad behavior. Willy Wonka feels a likeness towards Charlie for his differentness. And then also in this adaptation, we get a backstory, which is different from the 1971 version. Willy Wonka has a different past. His father wasn't very nice to him.
No son of mine is going to be a chocolatier.
Then I'll run away to Switzerland, Bavaria, the candy capitals of the world.
Go ahead. But I won't be here when you come back.
And so Willy Wonka and Charlie have that bond there. And in the end, he still gets the chocolate factory, and his parents and his grandparents are able to come move in with him.
Oh, my dear boy, that means you've won. Oh, I do congratulate you. I really do. I'm absolutely delighted. I had a hunch, you know, right from the beginning. Well done. Now, we mustn't dilly or dally, because we have an enormous number of things to do before the day's out.
Due to that backstory and due to the differentness of who Willy Wonka was in the 2005 version, the themes do change from the 1964 book to the 1971 adaptation to the 2005. Things have changed. Well, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and you guys are more than welcome to check out these items at the library, and please be sure to subscribe. Thanks!